Hello. I tried to make this video a few minutes ago, but realised I wasn't actually filming it. Sorry about the video last night. It takes the smallest thing to trigger things like that. I should have woken up CHC, I should have called the free number, I don't know. Now I feel guilty for cutting and I feel pathetic about it, but that's how it was, and I wanted to show you. And also CHC. So I did go to the appointment with the psychologist today. I'm sorry about the lighting, by the way. It's getting dark, and also there is load shedding again, so the electricity is not on. I can't put the lights on at the moment. I'm doing my best by the window. So that's the window just here. So I went to the psychologist and I told him about all of the problems that I'd had with my brain since the last session, and what it had triggered, and how I felt like my brain was attacking me. And he thinks it was just because we brought up a lot of things in the first session and talked about so much. But he did point out to me that I didn't need to feel guilty about using the service, and that it's been offered to me, and that is my time to use on a Tuesday every week, and that he's here until June, so there's plenty of time to work through things. He pointed out a few things to me, that I don't separate myself from what's happened to me. I don't have a sense of self, and I need to try to get my sense of self back, to have a relationship with myself, and also to listen to my body and do what's best for me, instead of making myself suffer. And the opposite, but he's told me that because how my mum treated me, that's why I feel like guilty, and I feel like I don't deserve what other people deserve. But he told me that it's not true, and that I need to take care of my needs, and that it's okay to take care of my needs. He also noticed, though, that I was very tense during the session. I explained to him about my problem with Dr. Hart, so I think he understood, but he wanted me, first of all, I think he wants to do things very slowly, so he noticed that my body was tense, and he told me he wanted me to try to relax while I was in the room with him, and to feel like I was in a safe space. He assured me that it was a safe space, and he wants me to relax more, to work on relaxation as well, and to get enough rest. Yeah, so he noticed that I was very tense. I also couldn't make eye contact, and I told him it's because of my experience with doctors in the UK. I talked to him about how I trusted people here. He actually said words which I've written myself, that I didn't actually know what love felt like until I came to Soweto. Because my whole life I've been put down and not been loved by my mum. He said he said that it makes sense that I don't love my mum, and I don't have to love her just because she's my mum, because she didn't show me any love. So he said it makes sense that I don't love my mum. There are lots of things to work on. I gave him all of the symptoms of my panic attacks and the order and what was going on at the time. So he took those. I don't think he's too keen on the fact that I write everything down. It might just be the way he works and the way I work. I write a lot down, but I am a teacher, so I'm used to writing things down, and I can't remember stuff, so I write a lot down. and I take it in with me, and when he asks me questions I go for the paper and he takes it out of my hand. So I think he wants to get to know me as a person rather than what I've written about me on paper. And I did manage to speak about some of the things I'd written down just when he was asking me questions, so I did manage. But he did make me aware that the space is available for me and that I don't need to feel guilty about it, which helped a bit. I was very, very tired by the end, and he said it was normal. Therapy is hard work. So I've just been back here resting. I prepared dinner. I didn't know we were going to get load shedding, so we might not have dinner till tomorrow. But my adopted sister Sonia came down to see me. Just before I made this video, I started to make it, and then she came down, so it's lovely to catch up with her. She's going to come through tomorrow on my birthday. So today is the last day that I'm 39, but I'm extending it until Saturday when we go and stay at Lebo's. I'm taking Angela, my adopted daughter, who stays in Cliptown in very deprived conditions, to spend the night at Lebo's, so it'll be nice for her as well. I don't really want to turn 40. I didn't experience any of my 30s really, but I don't feel like I've lived my 30s at all. So many things have happened, but I'm getting old, and so tomorrow I did go to the shop after we were at the appointment and decided that I would buy things which are very bad for me, but I like to eat and drink, just for my birthday tomorrow. So I have a pile of food and drink, biscuits, cakes, sparberry, South African delicacies, cheap ones, but I'll be able to eat on my birthday tomorrow, even though I don't want my birthday. But both Angela and Sonia will come through, and maybe some of the local children as well, so I think I'll just have a restful day. I might be cooking. If I can't cook tonight, I may be cooking tomorrow instead, but it might mean that Sonia and Angela will get to eat our fish curry as well. Otherwise I would have got Tsetse to cook tomorrow. I cook most of the time. So next week, CeeLo, the therapist, is he's writing an exam, so he's taken a couple of days leave, so I won't be back to psychology until the following Tuesday. So I'll carry on writing down the symptoms of the panic and when it happens, and the environment and what's going on, because he said he needed, that's the one thing he did want me to write down, so that he can work on ways to help me address it. He did tell me that I can trust my own memories. I think he probably needs to tell me a few more times, but he told me I can trust my memories. Things did happen on St. Helena. I was abused and I've forgotten the word now, but violated seriously, and the fact that the man hung himself left me with more shame. But he told me that I need to trust my memories. The doctor I saw was sick. I did tell him how much of an impact that's had on me, and that actually I find that the experience with Dr. Hart harmed me a lot more than the rape, which I think is shocking. But that's a summary of today. So he tried to make me feel comfortable and relaxed, and told me that I wasn't moving my legs and things, and that I was staring at the floor and I didn't make eye contact, and wants to work on getting me relaxed first before we can talk about anything, and how to connect with myself in the present, and know myself, have a relationship with myself. That's what he was talking about, because I've lost my sense of identity. And then we can talk through the problems as well as working on the present, and the problems I'm having now because of the problems I had before. But I think he didn't know much about narcissism, but it sounds as if he did actually do his homework, because when I was telling him last week about my brother being the golden child and the things my mum had said to me, I didn't think it sounded as bad as what she inflicted on me. I wasn't able to portray it, but he did bring it up lots of times today and say that my mother was abusive and that she didn't care or love for me, and that he brought up the fact that my brother was the golden child. I was treated differently, so I would feel different to other people and think that I should be different to other people and that I don't deserve. Maybe that's why I think I don't deserve what other people do. But again, I'm sorry about the video I made last night. Hopefully there won't be too many more like that. I'm going to see what happens in a couple of weeks when I go back again. In the meantime, I need to go to a police station to get an affidavit to say that I'm unemployed, which means I pay 35 rands rather than 75, which is still practically nothing compared to private psychology. So I need to, first of all, get my documents and bank statements to take to the police station, because I'm not a citizen here. They won't know that I'm not working, so I need to do that before my next session. And I'll see how it goes. He's working at Barra. The psychologist I see is working at Barra until June, so that's as long as I can stay. So hopefully by then things will be a bit better, and hopefully I would have been able to make more of an impact on society around here as well. And I really want to try to set up the NGO with Sonia, because then I can apply for a work permit. I've been thinking about it. When I'm well, I can offer private tuition to children in the suburbs who can pay for it, and then I'll have an income if I move this side. I'm going to be teaching Sonia. I'm going to collect her textbook on Thursday because she's repeating her matric, I think I said already. So it occurred to me that once I've taught Sonia, I'll be able to give tuition to others. I'd also like to offer it here in Soweto for free. I would always do that. Even with the piano, people have asked me to teach them, and I won't charge anybody who stays here, just for me to pass on the skill to them. I just want to help people help themselves out of poverty and give them something to focus on. I think I'm going to go now because the light is getting really bad and the electricity is not coming back. So the plan was to make coconut fish curry tonight. That might be happening tomorrow night. We might be eating bread again. But at least we can eat. We have food, which is more than some people. So I'm feeling tired, so maybe that's why I can't explain things properly today. I did manage to get my diazepam though from Barra, so which means I don't have to go to the pharmacy to get that, which is one less to pay for. So I'll go now and lie down, because I don't know what's going to happen next, but I've got a torch. It's still a little bit light outside, but the sun is going down and the electricity is down, so I'll see what happens tomorrow. But this is probably the last video I will make in my 30s, unless something terrible happens later, and I hope it doesn't. I really don't want a repeat of last night. And I'll try. I'm trying with the psychology. I'm trying. That's all I can do. Thank you for now.